In this session, we're going to discuss interoperability and portability. Interoperability enables components to work together in order to achieve their desired or intended results. Portability enables application components to be moved and relocated elsewhere without any regard for the underlying cloud services provider. Portability within a software as a service environment is focused on data portability. In a platform as a service model, portability considerations extend from the data into the application domains. With infrastructure as a service, the scope of portability considerations includes the data, the application, and the platform domains. With non-cloud-based systems, portability considerations extend to the entire IT system or IT environment, that is, from the infrastructure through to the platform, the applications running on those platforms, and the data. In order to facilitate portability and interoperability, it is recommended to ensure that there is consistency of controls across the old cloud provider platform and the new platform. To ensure and validate data portability, it is beneficial to regularly export data into a format that's independent of the cloud service provider. The right tools have to be selected for secure data backup, transfer, and restoration. It is recommended to thoroughly test and validate an application prior to migration, and during the migration process, it may be necessary to have both copies of the application running in case you need to revert back to the previous version should you encounter difficulties or challenges running the new version. It is recommended to develop application architectures with layers of abstraction in order to reduce the dependency on the underlying proprietary services and systems. When considering infrastructure migration or when planning for infrastructure migration, it is important to consider the various options available for capturing and porting virtual machine images. It is very important to identify platform-based dependencies that are important or that need to be taken into account prior to a migration. Documentation of application architecture, security architecture, and the configuration of key system components can facilitate the migration onto a new platform. In addition to understanding the encryption technology in use, it is equally important to understand how encryption keys are managed and secured. Hybrid infrastructure ensures that a local infrastructure is able to interoperate with a public cloud infrastructure. In order to support interoperability, it is important to ensure that identity and authentication mechanisms work across all components. Virtualization should be used to minimize hardware-level concerns and dependencies. For database portability, it is important to check for compliance with recognized industry standards as well as conversion requirements. When operating in a hybrid environment, it is important to assess how the failure of a component can impact the performance of the entire system or other components within the IT environment. When transferring very large data sets, it may be more economical to transfer a physical hard drive to the cloud services provider using a courier service. Log file information should be handled with the same level of care and security as application data. It is important to plan for your exit strategy when negotiating your SLA or other contractual responsibilities.